JC Tickets provides first-class trips to Ravens road games, including airfare, 4-star hotels, game tickets, and cocktail parties. We also help provide great seating locations to all Ravens home games. JC Tickets, where the games begin. Visit us at jctickets.net.
Ravens Wrap is sponsored by Bud Light, jctickets.net, Geico Insurance, Donaway Furniture, Ocean City Golf Club, RussellStreetReport.com, Comfort Inn Gold Coast, Holiday Inn Express, the original Green Turtle, hosted by the Blue Ox Bar and Grill.
Welcome back in. It is the original Green Turtles Ravens Wrap show right here on Comcast Beach TV and Delmarva's Rock Radio 93.5 The Beach. Don't forget, kickoff at 1 o'clock. Pre-game show at 12:30, and of course this show on the radio at 11 a.m. as well. Make sure to check it out online at WZBHRocks.com. We are broadcasting from the Ravens Room with Ravens Roost 44. Give yourselves a hand. At the Blue Ox Bar and Grill, 127th Street and Coastal Highway in Ocean City. Quickly again, original Green Turtle, Blue Ox Bar and Grill, Bud Light, who gives us great prize packs to give away, Comfort Inn Gold Coast, who also gives us great certificates, Geico, the Ocean City Golf Club with free golf passes, jctickets.net, which allow us to give away Ravens tickets, Holiday Inn Express at Northside in Ocean City, Donaway Furniture, which provided us with this great set, and hey, they've got the best prices on mattresses at the beach, and they also carry replacement mattress and box spring sets for as low as $399 for a queen set, $410-250-5100 is the number. Hey, a couple of quick side items. Want to welcome all the VW Bugs that are in town, by the way, if you noticed them yet. Also, we do a quick high school update. Hey, big kudos to Bobby Knox and Stephen Decatur. This is a team that wasn't expected to do anything this year. They beat Indian River. They lose a tight one to Queen Anne's. They bounce back. They upset Cambridge. They're 2-1 right now. They've got an upcoming game Friday night as they're taking on Kent Island, which should be a good one. So best of luck to the Seahawks. Steve Pappas, Sandy Unitas, Bobby Vermillion, all joining us on the second. Oh yeah, Mike Bradley, whoever he is.
But before we get into this, I'd just like to say, I want to thank all the hosts that come to the show, especially tonight, Bobby V, good friend of mine, and Sandy Unitas. But and Murph, wherever you are, you're still here, Murph from Smitty's. But Mike Bradley has done this show, and believe me, he doesn't get paid a fortune. He doesn't, and he's a friend of ours.
He gets Papo bucks.
He gets Papo bucks.
Bradley bucks. Bradley bucks.
That's worth more than money. But he is so professional and does such a good job. I'd like to thank him on the air. He really is very well prepared. Very well prepared. He really is. As you guys notice, he's always prepared. He's got all his stats, everything. I quizzed him a little earlier. Bobby yelled at me about quizzing him on something he might not have had, but he had it. He just does a good job, and thank you, Mike. I really appreciate it.
Well, I love being a part of this 6 years now, so it's flown by. Well, Sandy and I, a special guest joining us, and Sandy, you had mentioned something about the movie coming out that we wanted to touch on briefly, that Mr. Flacco's got something to be a part of.
Yes, this is how much we think of Flacco. He was asked to play John under the helmet, and when the time comes, he has agreed to do that. So
great.
All right.
Very fitting.
Well, hey, let's take a quick trip around the AFC North, okay? As it stands right now, the Ravens are 2-1, as we know, 30-9 victors over the Houston Texans. Cincinnati, they defeat Green Bay 34-30. Both teams had 4 turnovers in the game. The Bengals led 14-0. Then Green Bay scored 30 straight points. Then the Bengals scored the next 20 to win 34-30 in that one. They improved to 2-1 as well. Cleveland, they started third-string quarterback Brian Hoyer out of Michigan State, previously with the New England Patriots. He threw 3 touchdown passes. Josh Gordon, who comes back from a 2-game suspension, 10 catches, 146 yards and a touchdown. Glad we didn't have to face him a couple of weeks ago. A fake field goal to Jordan Cameron, their tight end, on a field goal ends up being a touchdown. That was the difference in the game. And 6 different guys ran for, or I should say combined 6 guys ran for 103 yards. So they get the win 31-27. They get off the schneid at 1-2. Surprisingly, the Pittsburgh Steelers are at 0-3. I think we can get a clap for that. sorry, Bucksy, but 5 turnovers. Ben Roethlisberger, 2 interceptions. 14 points for the Bears off those turnovers. So 40-23 was the final in an ugly Sunday night affair. And now they have to go to London to play Minnesota, a pair of 0-3 teams. Who wants to be on that plane trip? I don't know. Upcoming game, though, against the Buffalo Bills. Let me give you a quick breakdown, and then we'll go to the panel on that one. The Bills coming to this game right now at 1-2. They lost a heartbreaker 23-21 at home to New England. Really should have won that game. They bounced back. They beat Carolina at home 24-23. On the road, they lose to the New York Jets 27-20. You talk about every injury possible they endured, especially in the backfield. They lost 3 corners and a safety in that one. So a tough loss for them, and it was still somewhat close. Doug Marrone is their new head coach out of Syracuse. Bobby, we'll start with you. This is a team that's 25th in the pass. New quarterback E.J. Manuel, drafted out of Florida State. They're 5th in rushing yards. C.J. Spiller, Fred Jackson actually has been had the bulk of the carries and the success. Defensively, they're 19th against the pass and 30th against the rush. Sounds like to me this is a perfect opportunity for the Ravens to get that run game going.
Well, it really is, and the thing about it is, it's always hard to win in the NFL on the road, but the Ravens really have a good opportunity this week because Buffalo. First of all, you got a new head coach, and you got a rookie quarterback, so that's a good recipe for the Ravens. Their defense is playing really well. I think the Ravens are going to play well against their offense, as you alluded to, Mike. Buffalo's a little banged up. Mario Williams is nicked up a little bit on the defensive side. C.J. Spiller is, I think, got a little bit of a hamstring issue, and he's a big part of their offense. Obviously, Fred Jackson's a good back as well. Mm-hmm. But I think any time that you face the Ravens with the defense we have right now, and any time you face a new head coach and a rookie quarterback, I think it's a good opportunity for the Ravens to walk out of Buffalo with a win.
Steve, this is a very banged-up team, and as you just talked about, their corner, Stephon Gilmore, he's not going to play. Ron Brooks' backup is out. Those are 2 right now. Leotis McKelvin, their other top corner, did not practice on Wednesday as we're recording this. He may or may not play Sunday, but even if he does, he's not 100%. Their starting free safety was limited. So in addition to the run game, which is something that should get on track for us, Torrey Smith is a guy that we haven't gone to that deep in the game too much. We did twice against last week in the win against Houston, but this is an opportunity for us to maybe throw the ball downfield a little bit more too.
Two things about that. One is Torrey Smith has always been getting double teamed now because they really don't have another marquee receiver that they can go to. Mm-hmm. So he's got until someone steps up and becomes that second receiver, Torrey Smith's going to be double teamed all the time. Always going to be our number 1 receiver. And 2, I'm going to go to your notes again. Ray Rice is coming back this week, correct?
He is supposed to come back. He practiced today, and he's expected to start. And Sean Drawn, who was the backup last week, had a high ankle sprain. He may not play Sunday now, so we're going to really need him to be healthy. Yeah.
And the thing about what people don't realize about Ray Rice, he's got a pair of hands too. Mm. So they can hit him on screens coming out of the backfield, which really opens up the field for once again going deep to Torrey Smith.
A guy that we're going to have to watch out for, and he's not healthy, Bobby, Mario Williams, who was picked up as a free agent last year from Houston, who we played last week, of course. He does have 4.5 sacks, but he did not practice as of Wednesday. You mentioned Marcel Darius as well. But that said, last week, 2 penalties of Bryant McKinney, hands to the face. We're paying him to pass block. He sure as heck isn't run blocking very well, but we're paying him to pass block. He needs to step up, and he'll get a good test against Williams.
He does. I mean, we just celebrated a birthday, and I think he had a good time that night. So he needs to.
Well, he needed to drink after that.
Really refocus back on football this week. But McKinney, there's been a lot written and said about McKinney over the years since he's been a Raven. But he's done a pretty good job at left tackle, and we all like to see Michael Orr on the right side. And so I think McKinney's going to be fine. I think he maybe had a little suspect game last week with the penalties were kind of uncharacteristic of him. But I think he'll be fine in pass protection. He's going to have a big matchup with Mario Williams if he plays because he's a tough out. But McKinney, as we talked about earlier, not the best run blocker in the world, but he does protect that blind side, the most important position on the offensive line. So I think he'll be fine.
Yep. E.J. Manuel, I mean, he is a very athletic quarterback. You're going to see some zone read option. You're going to see some bootlegs, some sprint outs, some quarterback draws. Inconsistent throwing the football this season. He's had his ups and downs, but certainly not a guy to take lightly. He's athletic, so we're going to need to keep an eye on him. Stevie Johnson is that vertical wide receiver that is very explosive. He's the guy, though, that dropped that pass a couple years ago against the Steelers and blamed God for that, if you remember. That's him. Scott Chandler, the tight end, he's their third leading receiver. Fred Jackson out of the backfield is actually their third leading receiver in that as well in that lineup. But Steve, I'll throw this to you. You know, a game on the road, there are no gimmies in the NFL. This game is setting up well against the Buffalo Bills with their injuries, what have you, but there are no gimmies. We can't go up there after beating Houston. To me, it would negate some of the win last week if we go up there and lose.
Have you ever been to Buffalo?
Yeah, a couple times. Yeah.
I've been to Buffalo. I went to a Springsteen concert in Buffalo, and I'm telling you.
No way.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot in Buffalo. I mean, it was in the wintertime. It was cold, so they're looking forward to their football. They got hockey and football, so they're not gonna sit back and just rest back and let the Ravens walk all over them. I can assure you, they're gonna come out and play hard. The Ravens got to be up for this one. They really do.
Yeah, because then it's on the road against Miami as well. So
And they're hot.
a couple of tough games
They're
there, Bobby.
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of the Roosters.
That's right. Ravens Roos 44 will be there.
It's funny how all the Roosters are going to
Fun in the
Miami,
sun.
but not going to Buffalo.
Yeah, where's
Why
your
aren't you
love?
not going to Buffalo?
Where's your love? Yeah. But if you do go to Buffalo, I recommend best Italian food I ever had. Forget the wings. Best Italian food I ever had was Chef's in downtown Buffalo.
There you
as far
go.
as they're not. But Bobby, again, there are no gimmies in the NFL. This looks great on paper for the Ravens to revive the run game, get the vertical game and the passing game going. But again, you cannot take this team for granted, even with the injuries.
Well, you know, I talked about the rookie quarterback and the new head coach, but one of the things when you face a rookie quarterback, it's a little unpredictable. They don't have that much tape on E.J. Manuel. You know, they don't know that much about the head coach, so you never know what you're going to get in. And anytime you face an athletic quarterback, especially a guy as big and strong as Manuel is, who can throw the football, you know, he can create those big plays, particularly if he gets outside the pocket. So I think the Ravens have to work hard to keep him in the pocket and get that pass rush to where it was the last couple of weeks and make him make mistakes. That's the key. You know, you get a guy like that, make him make mistakes, and get ahead because you want a guy like Manuel playing from behind. You don't want to give Buffalo the lead, especially when you're away. You give them confidence, the fans get into the game, and then you've got problems. So we got to have a fast start this week and get ahead, and I think that'll spell another win for the Ravens.
All right, Bobby, less than 60 seconds. Give your prediction.
I think the Ravens keep the Bills out of the end zone again. I like the Ravens 21-9 this week.
Wow, okay. All right. Sandy, do you want to give a prediction? Just the Ravens win, right?
The Ravens will win.
All right, very good. I like that. I like that. Very good, very good. Steve?
34-21 Ravens.
34-21 Ravens. All right, so the offense really puts up a lot of points in that one.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. All right, quickly, by the way, good field goal kicker, good punter for them as well. So hopefully our field position's better than what we started out. But I like the Ravens 20-10 in this one. I do think it's going to be close in the beginning, though. But hey, a win's a win. We'll take it. So, guys, thank you so much. We are back next week. Go Ravens. And make sure to keep it here. Comcast Speech TV and Delmarva's Rock Radio, 93.5 The Beach. Pre-game's coming up at 12:30. Keep it here.
What's this all about?
We're giving Rich the NFL experience of a goal line dive.
Really?
There's an easier way to get an ultimate NFL fan experience. Just snap the tag wherever Bud Light is sold and you could win. Bud Light in the NFL. Here we go.
Can I make it?
On the internet, yes. Into the end zone, no.
Come see us at Blue Off.
JC Tickets provides first-class trips to Ravens road games, including airfare, 4-star hotels, game tickets, and cocktail parties. We also help provide great seating locations to all Ravens home games. JC Tickets, where the games begin. Visit us at jctickets.net.